There is courage. Daniel 11:32. The people that know their God will be mighty and do courageous, heroic acts and deeds and exploits. It's knowing God intimately that convicts you to step out in difficulty. Staring at yourself and looking in the mirror will never work. That's a scary thing when we're stuck with me, myself, and I. But when we look to the Lord and get our eyes off of ourselves, then he says, go, I'm the one who called you. Now, you go to Bible characters and they wake up to this kind of thing. And we did Gideon a couple months back with the church here in a training, and he's like, I'm the worst kid from the worst family in the worst village, in Israel. And God's next sentence to him in Judges 6 or 7, he says, go in this your strength. Yes. You ought to read the Bible sometime. You can't use me, God. I live in Marion. I'm in West Memphis. I'm the worst kid in a messed up family. We don't have anything, and there's a worse, and we live in Arkansas. We're not even in Tennessee, and I live in United. Have you seen our politicians? And we got all kinds, go in this your strength. God's like, are you honest and vulnerable? Well, good. I'm glad you know that you can't do it. It's not by might or power. It's by my Spirit. You have a treasure in your earthen vessel that the excellency of the glory could be of God and not of you. 2 Corinthians 4:7. He can overcome and outdo and cross over in any circumstance. Courage comes from knowing the Lord and caring for others more than yourself. They were courageous to stand. It says they stationed themselves in places. They kept their place. They took their stand. They set themselves against the opposition. At University of Richmond, freshman year, we decided, my football teammates, we decided in our dorm room, we're going to make a dorm room collage. I was backslidden, so I was just tearing pictures of everything, just tearing out of magazines and sticking it on the wall. And then I found this thing in a business magazine, and it was an unfolding investment advertisement, like 4 pages as you open it, center thing. And it had a boat that had rescued people in the middle of this storm or hurricane, and it was afloat in the storm, and it said, steadfast in a universe of wavering standards. Even as a backslidden Christian, I said, I don't know what that means, but that's awesome. So I took it out, tore a hole, and stuck it in the middle of the wall. I still have that thing in my basement office. Steadfast in a universe of wavering standards. These mighty men and women set themselves somewhere. They took a job. They made a covenant at marriage. They joined a church. They committed to things. And when the opposition came, they stayed together. They stuck together. Yes. They overcame. They went to the other side. And for all of us that have had broken things in us, it's God can restore, and then God can make you different to affect other people going through what you've gone through. He's saying, I want you to have the ability to stay, to stand. That's where the might needs to be.